So, you got an anime for me? Yes, sir, I do. And it's called Toyko Revengers. So, like Tokyo Ghoul, Tokyo Ravens, Tokyo Majin. Yes, exactly like those, except this will actually be good. Well, then tell me about this Tokyo Revenge story on Tokyo. Oh, it's not. You know what, I'd correct you, but what's the point? Smart lad. So we're gonna follow this guy, Hina and Takemichi, and he's like a real downer, right? Okay. Then one day he's gonna see on the news that Tachibana Hinata's only girlfriend he ever had was killed by the Tokyo Manji gang. Oh no, how serious were they? Well, it was a car crash, so pretty serious. No, I mean Takemichi and Hina. Oh, those guys. Well, that was back in middle school. What? And they never even kissed. Sounds less like a girlfriend and more like some girl he just hung out with a bit. Hey, you know, the whole premise of this series kind of revolves around this guy's unrelenting love for a girl he kind of liked once, so shut up about it. Shutting right up. And Takemichi's gonna go to the train station, but he's gonna get shoved onto the track and die. Well, that was a very quick show, so what are we thinking, 12 episodes? Well, actually like 24 episodes. Geez, that's stretching it, even with 10 minutes of reused content every episode. Well, it's not actually over. Takemichi's gonna wake up 12 years in the past when him and Hina were together. Oh, you didn't mention this was a time travel show. We're in a pitch meeting. This is literally when I mentioned those things. Speaking of anime pitch meeting, I never said anime. Y'all should subscribe for more content. Oh, we're doing one of those shameless plugs. Yeah, subscribe for sure. So what happens when Takemichi goes to the past? Well, Takemichi gets beat up and suddenly starts remembering how crap his previous life was, and then he meets Hina's younger brother Naoto in the park and tells him everything. Surely this kid is not going to believe the ramblings of someone who's clearly out of his mind. Yeah, you wouldn't think so, but surprisingly he does. So when Takemichi shakes Naoto's hand, he ends up in the future where Naoto's a cop and he saved Takemichi from the train. Wow, that was an amazing show. You still think we can fit in 24 episodes? Hey, sir, maybe if we just don't change the opening but only change the ending at the halfway point. So then Naoto's going to give Takemichi details about the Tokyo Manji gang, right? Oh, okay, I guess we're still not done. Not even close. And in the present, the two leaders are these guys, Sano Manjiro and Kisaki Teta. Okay. And so Naoto tells Takemichi that in order to save Hina, Takemichi's got to infiltrate the gang in the past and find one of the leaders. And so how's Takemichi gonna do that? Well, he shakes Naoto's hand to go back and forth between past and present, right? Well, it's not the craziest time travel method I've ever heard of. That mailbox was really weird. And so Takemichi wakes up in an undercover fight club. Whoa, how'd that happen? Unclear, but then he realizes he's just gotta get to the top or something. So he challenges this absolutely detestable guy called Kiyomasa to a fight. And is Takemichi like super good at fighting or something? No, he is consistently the worst fighter in the show. Oh. And so Kiyomasa almost kills him, right? But then these two guys, Mikey and Draken, show up and kick Kiyomasa right in the face. Who are these guys? Well, they're the leader and vice leader of the Tokyo Manji gang, also called Toman. Smart, all cool things need an abbreviation. And so Takemichi realizes this guy, Mikey, is Sano Manjiro. That's one of the future Toman leaders. Correct, so Mikey and Draken decide to be friends with Takemichi. Why? Unclear, but they're gonna call him Takemichi. What? Takemichi versus Takemichi. The difference is minimal. Okay, and then so Takemichi goes back to the present and finds out that the reason Toman became so crazy is that Draken is killed in a dispute between him and Mikey. So Takemichi's gotta go on a side quest for information, right? You betcha, and so now they'll go and see Takemichi's friend Akun, right? Oh, what's this dude like? Well, he's a high-ranking member in future Toman. Oh, is this guy like super rich? Oh yeah, he's got chandeliers upon chandeliers. Yeah! He's also the one who pushed Takemichi in front of the train. What? No, I was enjoying the chandeliers! Well, too bad, and then he starts talking about how Toman became all twisted because of Kisaki. Isn't that the other future leader? Yeah, and then Akun jumps off the building out of fear of Kisaki's retribution for failing to kill Takemichi. Huh. Then we see Kisaki just kinda smiling in an alleyway. Is that guy just like the Emperor from Star Wars or something? Actually, that is a good analogy. What happens next? Well, Takemichi goes back to the past and they're all gearing up to fight Mobius. Oh, who are they? This other gang, that's not really important though, but they fight and one of Toman's leaders, Pachin, gets arrested. Should I feel sad or happy? Sad. Okay, sad phase activated. Have you been practicing? You know I have. I just picture Mark Zuckerberg on trial and try to emulate him emulating emotions. Smart. And so after Pachin gets arrested, Mikey and Draken are mad, but then Takemichi's like, stop fighting, and they do. That sounds exactly like how you would resolve a fight. And so the Takemichi's gonna uncover a plot by Kiyomasa to kill Draken, right? And what's he gonna do? He's gonna kiss Hina a bit. Draken's life is in danger, and he's fooling around with the love of his life. That is unacceptable, Takemichi. Until then, a brawl is gonna start between Toman and Mobius, and we're gonna meet this guy, Hanma. What's his deal? He just kind of exists and is somewhat strong, like a lot of characters in the show, actually. That works. And so Kiyomasa is gonna stab Draken in the middle of the fight, and Takemichi's gonna carry him away. Okay. But Kiyomasa is gonna fall, though, and Takemichi has to fight him. Does he win? He almost doesn't, but he totally wins, doesn't he? He full-on German suplexes Kiyomasa, and that's the end of that dude. Nice. And so Draken lives, and everything's good. Great. That was a wholesome ending. So about that episode number. And then, oh gosh, we're gonna go to the present, and Takemichi's gonna meet the future Hina. It's all him and Naoto celebrating because they succeeded. You know what? They did kind of succeed, didn't they? Just good for them. Then future Akun's gonna gonna ram Hina's car, killing them both while screaming about Kisaki again. Why? Takemichi's gonna have to watch Hina die. I get it, just skip forward. And so Takemichi's gonna return to the past in time to see a new captain of the 3rd Division get introduced. Who's that? Kisaki Teta. Kill him. No Starky comments about how that was super obvious? No, I genuinely wasn't expecting it, but all the same, kill him now. I mean, he's kind of the main villain of the show. What if I just made Takemichi punch him for like no reason? That works. And so then the captain of the 1st Division, Baji Keisuke, is gonna declare his intentions to leave Toman and go to this other gang, Valhalla. Okay? And so then a few days afterwards, Takemichi's gonna meet this guy Kazutora, who brings him to Valhalla hideout. Why would he do that? Because for Baji's interview process, he needs a verbal letter of recommendation. These biker gangs are a lot more sophisticated than you might think. They sure are. And so we meet 1st Division's Vice Captain, Chifu. Oh, what's this guy like? Well, he's convinced Bachi's just trying to get inside of Valhalla to gain information. Well, is he? Oh yeah, he's Toman for life, but we're gonna make everyone think that he's evil for a while. I like it. And so then we find out that Baji and Kazutora were founding members of Toman and that Kazutora killed Mikey's brother. Oh my, no! And in the future, we learn that Kazutora ends up killing Baji on Bloody Halloween, and Mikey kills Kazutora, and Toman becomes evil again. What's Bloody Halloween? When Toman and Valhalla fight each other. I see. And so that day comes, and it's like super crazy. I imagine so. A long story short, hey, what if I wanted to hear those details? Yeah, too bad. Baji almost kills Kisaki, but ends up being killed by Kazutora. No! Takemichi convinces Mikey not to kill Kazutora, and instead he's just arrested. That's an improvement, I guess. And Valhalla becomes Toman's 6th Division. Hey, quick question. Toman is made up of other defeated gangs, right? Pretty much. Do you worry at all about their loyalty to Toman? No. Why not? Because, I wrote it. That works. So Takemichi's gonna get assigned captain of the 1st Division by Mikey and take Bachi's place. Oh wow, that's like super huge. Yeah, it's gonna be an epic moment. So what about the future? Good question. Takemichi's gonna go back and find out that he's an officer in the future Toman. He's bloody rich and powerful. Oh yeah, does he have like chandeliers? He's got chandeliers aplenty. Yes! And he's gonna go to a meeting with all the other Toman leaders, but then he's gonna realize that not only are there a bunch of people he doesn't know, but Mikey and Draken are just nowhere to be seen. Okay. The Kisaki's gonna roll in and be like, hey guys, what's up? So in this future, is Kisaki better than the previous future Kisaki? Oh no, he's way worse. What? So he calls out Takemichi and Chifu for a drink and then reveals that he plotted to have Draken killed and made the gang Valhalla to cause Bloody Halloween. Oh, so he's just behind everything then. Absolutely, and then Takemichi realizes that Kisaki spiked the drinks and he wakes up tied to a chair. Oh my gosh! Then Kisaki puts a bullet through Chifu's head. No! Then he points the gun at Takemichi and he's just like, see ya, hero. Ah! And then we hear the gunshot fade to black and yeah, season's over. You picked then to end it? Yeah, that was real scummy, right? What'd you think? This is an untold story, the likes of which I've never seen in all my 2 months as a producer. We're gonna make so much money. Hang on, I'm getting a call. Well, what's that? Hello? Really? Yeah, sure thing. Call you later. So who was that? Disney just sent us a buyout offer. What? So, you have a new season of Rip-Off Terminator mixed with The Outsiders for me? Yes, sir, I do. And do you remember how the last season ended? Of course, how could I forget? I mean, it had that stuff with the other things that turned out to be a secret doohickey. Yes, that is exactly correct. Okay, and so Takemichi, it turns out he's not actually dead. Was he dead previously? No, I mean, well, he was kind of shot in the head. That can be potentially fatal occasionally. But he's not dead. Yeah, because, you know, we cut away, so it's like it never really happened. Makes sense. Then it turns out this guy Kazutora actually saved him from Kisaki because he was working with Chifu to bring down Toman. Okay, so you just said a lot of names, and I can tell you right now, I'm not gonna remember a single one of them. Halfway blonde guy's upset that glasses guy killed blonde guy with an earring. Oh yeah, him, yeah, for sure, I got you. And so anyway, after all that shenanigans, Takemichi's gonna decide to return to the past. Why does he do that though? Because that's a cycle. He goes into the past, he fixes something, he goes back into the future, finds out it doesn't work, and wash, rinse, repeat until either the series is finished or we stop making money. I'm on board with that. So Takemichi, he wakes up in a bowling alley where he meets this guy Hakai, right? No, what? I'm not gonna remember that guy's name. Give me some, like, notable features. I mean, he's got a pretty cool fade haircut. No, that's not gonna cut it. Oh, I got it. Make his hair blue. What? Yeah, just dye his hair, like, completely blue. That ought to do it. You know what? That is actually a decent idea. Alright, let's go with that. So anyway, Takemichi's gonna meet the blue-haired guy and recognize him from the meeting of the future Toman executives. Okay, so what's he gonna do? He's gonna follow him back to his house where we come face to face with the newest arc in the series. You know, it's nice when arcs have geographical locations associated with them. It is, huh? And then we're gonna meet the blue-haired guy's brother, Taiju. Nope, try again. Tall guy without a shirt. That works. And he forces blue-haired guy to join his gang, Black Dragon, right? Oh, Black Dragon? Sounds pretty scary. Yeah, this dude is fucking insane. Like, he's gonna kill Takemichi if blue-haired guy doesn't accept. Wow, does he? Well, these are still middle schoolers, so they're not quite ready to start killing each other yet. Oh, right, I forgot about that. Probably because it's extremely unrealistic. La la la, not listening. And so then anyway, Takemichi's gonna meet up with blonde earring guy, and you're pretty much gonna sit down and watch season 1 together. What? He's gonna tell him all about his time-traveling adventures.
pretty much. I mean, does he believe him?
You know, interestingly enough, he does, even though Takemichi has literally no evidence to back it up. Okay, then let me ask you this. Why does he believe? So that Takemichi can have a soundboard to go off of, and literally no other reason.
Cool. So what are they planning on next?
Well, Toman's gonna decide to make a truce with Black Dragon, so they can't fight each other.
Makes sense.
And then Takemichi decides they're gonna fight each other.
Then what is the point of the truce?
So that we don't have to have a giant final fight with hundreds of people.
Smart.
And so then Evil Glasses guy is gonna come over and decide that he's gonna help Takemichi take down Black Dragon. Hang on, isn't this guy like the main villain?
Oh yeah, totally.
And he wants to help the main good guy out.
Yes, sir.
And they don't trust him, right? I can see why you might think that, but no, they immediately trust him.
Okay, that cannot end well.
And then they find out by placing some money in the very traitorous places that tall shirtless guy is actually devout Christian.
He's what?
Yeah, you know, you got your Catholics, your Protestants, and your Japanese mobsters. They're all just, you know, part of the same group, really. Do you even know what a Christian is? Or aren't they the ones who invented Christmas? I suppose that is technically true, which is why a tall shirtless dude is gonna be alone in a church on Christmas Day night. Usually you do the praying on Christmas Eve, not on Christmas Day. Hey, shut up. And so anyway, then Hina's father's gonna be like, hey, please break up with my daughter. You know, you're not gonna do anything good with her if you're in a gang.
Oh, there's no way Takemichi's gonna do that, right?
And then he goes and ends it. Well, why? So that we can manufacture some drama to make some people forget that this is essentially just an anime where middle schoolers punch each other with a little bit of time travel mixed in.
Break up it is.
Yeah, so then the gang are all gonna head over to the church where the tall shirtless guy is praying, right?
How do they even know which church to go to?
Oh yeah, because it was the one that it was in the opening, so they know where it is.
Gotcha.
Oh, hang on a second. And so anyway, then they're all gonna arrive at the church, and then Takemichi realized that Glasses guy betrayed him and kidnapped Blonde Earring guy. So he's surprised that the guy who duped him and pointed a gun at him and was the mastermind behind the two previous arcs is somehow the bad guy in all this. Yep, he's just shocked beyond belief. Exactly how many screws loose does Takemichi have? Hard to say. He's been beat up a lot.
Fair enough. So what do they do now that their plan's gone off the rails?
Well, Blue Hair and his younger sister both show up and attempt to kill their younger brother, right?
Wow, and do they?
No, because we're only halfway through the season. They can't do that yet.
You can't just kill a bad guy halfway through the season.
You just can't do that.
No, you cannot.
And the second division captain Mitsuya is gonna show up, right? Is he Mitsuya or is he something more easy to remember? Fine, he's gray-haired dude.
Nice. So what does this gray-haired dude get up to?
Mostly standing around and shouting inspirational nonsense while the tall guy keeps punching them down and screaming he's only at 70% power.
So typical shonen anime slugfest.
Typical shonen anime slugfest, yeah.
And how does it turn out?
Well, Mikey, he's gonna arrive and immediately just KO tall shirtless guy like it was nothing.
Well, why didn't they get him from the start? He sounds good.
Well, because if they got him immediately, this wouldn't be long enough to have a whole season to focus on. Oh yeah, do that instead. That sounds like it'll make us much more money. And while they were at that, Draken took out the 100 Black Dragon guys who were waiting outside the church as a surprise ambush. That is arguably more impressive than what Mikey did. Can we get any shots of that? Oh sure, we absolutely will. No, not at all.
Aww.
And then Mikey's gonna take Takemichi to Hina, and they're gonna get all back together. Hey, wait a second. Then what was the point of having them break up if they're just gonna get immediately back together again? To pad the runtime with manufactured drama.
Kinda sounds like a cheap, predictable, and story-wise possibly irreversible method to cause just something as simple as drama.
Let's hope so. And then Takemichi and Hina, they're gonna have a nice, wholesome shrine day that everyone budges in on.
Oh, does that mean some crazy stuff's about to go down?
You betcha. And in the next Toman meeting, Mikey, he's gonna kick Evil Glasses guy all the way out of there with all of his friends.
Wow.
But Takemichi, he thinks it's all good. And he's gonna go back to the future, but then it turns out Gray Hair is dead. Oh wait, that's not good. He was a good guy, wasn't he? It's not good at all. He was actually a really, really cool guy.
Oh man, that isn't good. We can't afford to lose any more fan favorite characters.
And then Takemichi learns from his police buddy Naoto that Mikey's going around killing all his old friends and everyone's dead.
Oh no, good blonde guy turned to evil blonde guy.
It sure seems that way. And then Takemichi and Naoto, they're gonna go to the Philippines to try to find him, right?
Why did they go there?
Because Mikey mentioned once in the previous episode that he found his motorcycle there. So clearly, you know, 10 years off in the future, that's where he'll be.
Clearly. I mean, you can't just talk about a place randomly one day and then not be there when people arrive many years in the future.
Exactly. And so then they're gonna show up and find that Mikey's there, and you know, he did exactly what they all know and think that he did.
Oh, shocking. Well, why did he do it, though?
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, I assume they went there to get information on why he did all the terrible things that he did, especially to his former friends.
Oh, that is so much better than what I had. I just had Mikey try to shoot Takemichi and then Naruto shot him in the head.
Oh, sure, that works too.
Good, because I ran out of whiteout in the sense that I never bought any in the first place and I don't even know what it is.
You type on a computer and use a printer.
Yeah, so? You know what, never mind, what happens next? Well, we're gonna go back to the past, and then it turns out the Glasses guy's gonna team up with this other new group called Tenjiku.
Oh no!
Yeah, they attack Takemichi and he ends up on the ground, and Evil Glasses guy's just coming around and he's like, hey, hero, what's up?
Okay.
Which is the exact thing he said when he pointed his gun at him in the future.
Okay.
So,
You know, you sensing a connection here? Not really. Maybe you should just say what you're trying to tell me. Nah, I can't be bothered. I'll just put it in next season. That reminds me, we've actually got to pick a new streaming service for this season. Why? Because streaming's where it's at right now, and I want more money. You realize that abrupt change might confuse several Western fans and could possibly lead them to not even knowing that a second season of one of their favorite shows was out until it had already completely aired. Yes, but also, I don't really care. Fair enough. What did you have in mind? Oh, I've got something in mind. So, you have a new revenge on Tokyo for me? Something like that, sure. Right, so what's gonna happen in this thing? Well, you remember how we left off with Takemichi kind of down in the dumps when this gang had attacked him and Glasses guy is right in front of him staring him down, right? Sure. Well, things are gonna evolve into a generic shonen anime slugfest, faster than you can say what. What? And then the captains of the 4th Division show up, one with these golden hair and one with kind of bluish gray hair, and these are like the Demon Brothers. Oh, so are we introducing demons in the narrative as well as time travel? No, that's just like their nickname, because they're, you know, utterly without mercy and everything that they do. Wow, they sound dangerous. I mean, what can you tell me about? Well, one smiles a lot and the other is just perpetually angry. Okay, cool. Anything else? Not really, no. Oh, okay. Then we find out that Toman's under attack citywide and Takemichi, he's gotta go and save them. Oh, so he's gonna go and run and save them? Oh, no, not at all. Well, why not? Because he's gonna have a profound realization, right? And what's that? Okay, get this. Evil Glasses guy is also gonna be a time traveler the same as Takemichi. Okay, but the thing is, we already knew that, though. Yeah, we kinda alluded to it, but now we're explicitly saying we already knew that, though, so that loses, like, a lot of its impact, don't you think? Hey, shut up. And so then Takemichi's gonna arrive at the Tenjiku gang stronghold, and he's gonna meet one of his old friends there. Oh, what's this guy like? Well, this guy, he's kinda like got a giant scar in his face, so we'll call him Scarface. And he's pretty much like the top lieutenant of the Tenjiku gang boss. What is this leader of theirs like? Well, I don't know, he's got earrings, so I guess we'll call him Earring Man, and he's like a half-brother to Mikey's half-sister, so he's kinda like Mikey's brother. That's not really how that works, though. I know, but it's gonna be a lot more complicated if we think that Mikey's actually fighting his brother and all this. That is slightly more impactful. Will it come up at all during their fights? Oh, not at all. Then why would you even... Moving on, and then Takemichi's gonna go back to the future, talk to Natsu about some stuff, and they're gonna decide to talk with the tall shirtless guy from last season. Right? Yeah, and then they learn that Toman and Tenjiku had like this giant fight that ended up in the merging of the two gangs with Mikey, Glasses guy, and Earrings guy all at the top brass. That's not good, I think. No, it's not. And then some people are gonna attack the place where they are, and Takemichi's gonna escape, but not before Glasses guy gonna shoot him. Oh no! Yeah, before he dies, he's gonna manage to successfully travel back in time, and he's gonna decide to learn all about Tenjiku that he can. How does that go? Well, he gets kidnapped by the Toman's 1st Division captain, who turns out to be a traitor working for Tenjiku, so, you know, pretty bad. What reason would this guy have to turn on Toman? I mean, he's a captain of a division. Because him and Earring guys were buddies back in Juvie. Okay. And then it turns out this 5th Division captain, we'll call him Wrestler Dude, actually really wants this specific, really rare, wacky hair guy dude to join Toman, because he's an expert at making money. Hey, I just gotta, real quick. These guys are still middle schoolers, right? As unbelievable as it is, we are choosing to stick to that premise, so yes. Okay. Follow-up question. How can a middle schooler possibly be good at earning large amounts of money? By saying he is, and by you getting all the way off my spine in regards to asking any more questions about this topic. Alright, then make it all the way off of that thing. Anyway, so then the weird spiky hair guy's gonna end up saying yes, and Takemichi decides that he's gotta fight Tenjiku. Okay, so the story's gonna go exactly where we already knew it was gonna go. Exactly. I'm sensing a theme here that I'm not so sure I like. And then Earrings guy, he's gonna declare war on Toman. What does that mean? It means they're gonna put a hit out on all the Toman captains, so they're just out of commission. And then Evil Glasses guy is gonna come up right behind Mikey's half-sister Emma and whack her with a baseball bat so hard that she's dead. Oh, that's not a good thing, I think, generally speaking. Not really, no. And so then Mikey and Draken, they're too upset to fight. Makes sense. I mean, that sounds super tough. I don't see them getting up and fighting anyone anytime soon. Yeah, and how long would you say that soon is? Like a minute, an hour, 2 hours? Huh? Moving on, so then Takemichi is the captain of the 1st Division, is going to be the default head of Toman, and he's going to convince him to attack Tenjiku. Oh, that sounds like an epic final fight's about to happen. You betcha, all of Toman's gonna arrive. It's just gonna be one giant brawl. Where there are actually only a few people fighting, right? Yeah, most of the people are just gonna stand around watching the main characters fight. Well, what happens? Okay, well, the battle's kinda lost for Toman like 8 or 9 times, and they miraculously survived 8 or 9 times before the dark-haired Oni twin is gonna decide, hey, I'm gonna go Super Saiyan, and then he takes down the wrestler guy and these martial arts brothers. Oh, yes. Yes. And then Takemichi's gonna be fighting Scarface, but then Evil Glasses guy is gonna show up and be like, hey, You brought your fists to a gunfight. He's got a gun? You betcha, and he points it right in Takemichi's face. Do you know how incredibly difficult it is to actually acquire a firearm in Japan? Well, I'd say he smuggled it in or maybe stole it. He's a middle schooler. Okay, better yet, what if he 3D printed it? 3D printers did not exist in 2006. You're talking nonsense. Plastic was invented in 1872. He could totally 3D print it. Those are not even close to the same thing. Anyway, it doesn't matter. He's got a gun full of bullets of questionable plot convenience, and he's gonna point it at Takemichi. Alright, so accepting that premise, what's he gonna do with that firearm? Well, despite the fact that he's pointing the gun right in his face, he's gonna somehow manage to shoot him in the foot. Ooh, did he get his body parts that start with F mixed up and meant to go for the face? And then the earrings guy is gonna start beating up Takemichi, but then Draken and Mikey, they're gonna arrive just in time to save him. Wait, I thought they were too upset about Emma's death to actually do anything. Yeah, they were, but they're over that now, because it's time for a big final fight. That is a good reason to get over a main character's death very quickly, for sure. And so in the ensuing fight, the gun's gonna change hands, like 3 or 4 times, but eventually it's gonna end back in the hands of the glasses guy. And does someone get shot in the foot again? No, this time he asks for C-named body parts by shooting the Scarface guy once in the chest, and the earrings guy 3 times in the chest, and he kills the earrings guy. Wait, isn't he on their side though? Yeah, but you know, shifting loyalties, plus cool music, plus me getting rid of characters that I don't really have a use for anymore equals dead earrings guy. Makes sense. Just barely, though. And at this point, Toman is clearly won, so Glasses guy, he's got to get the heck out of there. Oh, sounds like it's gonna be hard to catch up to him. Actually, super simple, barely an annoyance. Oh, really? Yeah, because Draken and Takemichi, they're gonna chase after him, and it leads to Takemichi and Evil Glasses guy having a giant old amazing fight. Aren't they both, like, terrible fighters? Yes, that is how we built them up over several seasons so far. Then how's the fight between them gonna be at all entertaining? Well, because they have the power of epic music behind them. That's a really strong power, for sure. And so eventually, Takemichi's gonna get Evil Glasses guy on the ground and discover that, hey, he was never a time traveler. He just really loved Hina as well. You telling me after all of this, he's not actually a time traveler? Nope, he gets hit by a truck and that's the end of him. Well, that's just anticlimactic. I know, right? I mean, I wonder who would ever write something like that. I thought you wrote it. Hey, shit happens, so then Takemichi, he's gonna decide that, hey, something isn't really right, even though Kasaki's out of the picture. What are you talking about? Well, the show's over, sir. It's done. What? Yeah, we get out of there faster than Evil Glasses guy when the table's turned on. That just feels extremely incomplete. Oh, it definitely is, but don't worry, I've got plans for more in-universe stuff. So we plan on doing a season 4 then? Well... Hey guys, thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed that video, and if you did, then click over here because there'll be something that you probably want to watch next, and if there's not, well then click anyway. Anyway, see you in the next one.